Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video for those that might have missed class the day that we set up budget challenge accounts, or if you just need a little bit more assistance, please go ahead and view this. You're going to start by going to today's Haiku page. It's going to give you directions on signing up your budget challenge account. This recording is from fall of 2014, so you may notice that the codes that are in here are not the current codes for your particular class. So please make sure that you use the updated codes that have been provided for you. You are going to need to select which class you're in. So I'm going to pick one of these here, and that's going to be my code to sign up my class for my class. So I'm going to click on this H&R Block Budget Challenge tab here. I'm going to open this tab up in a new window, and if I go over and take a look here, I'm going to go ahead and sign up student registration, and there it is. I'm going to need that verification code. I will put that in, and I will validate the code. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and enter in all this information. So go ahead and enter your first, last name, pick a username. I usually recommend using your Novell login username, 5 letters of your last name, first 3 letters of your first name, and then the 000 typically. Password. As far as email address is concerned, I would recommend using a personal email address as opposed to your school email address. The filter tends to be a little bit stronger on the school one, and it often spams emails that you'll get from Budget Challenge. So please use a personal email account like a Yahoo, Gmail, or AOL account, and you're going to go ahead and fill this out. Now I've already set up an account, so I'm going to show you what it looks like after the fact. So I'm going to log in. I have a student login here. And we're going to log in under this name here. All right, so we've got Jake's account. And what we're going to do here is show you what you're going to set up. Now, you're going to need to set up all of these accounts here today. In order to get information about those, if you go back to the Haiku page, you're going to notice that there is an information packet that you can click on. If I click on this and open it up, this is going to give me information about the entire simulation, everything that I'm going to be doing. So you're going to want to read over this, and this is going to help you set up your budget challenge account. You're going to need to choose vendors as you're going through this. Okay, so please go ahead and take a look through this, and based on that information, you are going to make your vendor selections here. These are all actually in red. It will change to green once you've made a selection. Now the one that I want to highlight that I think most people have a difficult time with is the job part, okay? Because it allows you to make a contribution into a 401k retirement account. Now what you're going to need to decide is which of these 3 accounts you want to choose from. Match 1, match 2, or match 3. And what percentage you're going to want to contribute. Now under the first choice, match 1, there's a 0% match by the employer, and is up to 0%. So what this is basically saying in a nutshell is your employer is not going to give you any additional money towards retirement other than what you're going to contribute. Okay, it's typically not a selection you would want to make ever if they're going to be offering to give you money to help pay for your retirement. So let's take a look here at match 2 and match 3. Match 2, the employer is going to give you 10% of what you are going to set aside for retirement up to the first 5%. Option 3 is going to give you a 5% match by the employer, but up to 15% of your contribution. So let's take a look at what this looks like down here. If you notice, this first column is going to show your gross pay, your federal taxes, Social Security, Medicare, state taxes, your 401k contribution, and then what your employer is going to give you with the 3 different matches. So if you guys remember that first match I said was 0, they're not going to give you anything. So really you're probably not going to want to choose this. Option 2 and option 3 are going to show you based on the percentage that you're going to contribute what the employer is going to give you. So if you remember with 2, they're going to give me 10% of my contribution, 10% of my contribution up to 5%. And at that point in time it maxes out for the employer's contribution. So no matter how much after 5%, my employer is only going to give me $8.02. Now if you remember with match 3 back up here, it said that they were going to give me 5% up to 15%. So they're going to give me 5%, basically half of what they were giving me over here, but they're going to do it up to a longer amount, 15%. So I can actually max out here at 1203 through my employer by contributing 15%. Okay, so you're going to want to figure out how much money you're going to want to contribute. This is going to tell you your net pay after taxes and after your 401k contribution, so what you're going to take home. So you're going to want to figure out what you're going to do there. Okay, so you'll fill that out, and then you're going to go through all these other tabs here and fill out what you're going to need to do for those. Okay? Once you've gotten all those done, I would highly recommend going back and taking a look here at Overview. This is going to tell you how you can score points and how the game is played. So please take a look at this. Okay, and that's listed in the Haiku page is the next thing to do. Okay, if I go back, I'll show you here. So vendor sign up, read the directions under the Overview tab. Then you're going to want to complete the quizzes under Student Home. So to start the game, they give you a couple quizzes to take. Periodically throughout Budget Challenge, you are going to have to take quizzes. These you can click on, and you can actually look at the questions. If you don't know the answer, you can do research and come back to this. These are only submitted once you actually hit submit at the end. So if you want to do some research or ask a parent about a particular question, you can do that before you submit it. Okay? The first one is a pre-simulation survey where they ask you some basic questions like do you have a checking account, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, Budget Challenge does recommend that you add email addresses. To your particular account, your personal email account, so that when you get emails, they don't get sent as spam. So you'll notice in this quick tips form that I have on Haiku, there is a part where it's got different email notification email addresses. If you want to add those to your contacts in your personal email, they won't show up as spam when you get a bill from any of the bills that you're going to be paying throughout the course of the simulation. Okay? So I would recommend doing that. That's point number 4 here. And point number 5 is there is a cash flow sheet that's attached. It is right here. Right here, copy of budget and cash flow. If you click on this, this document will open. Now, this is a nice document to use to track your income versus your expenses. I'll show you kind of an example here. So this semester, my class is actually starting on 10/3, so that's going to be the first day that I have in here. You'll notice that all the dates changed from there on after. For the simulation, you start with $450. You're going to notice once again that that's put in here. Now, we get paid bi-weekly. For our particular simulation, I'm going to get paid a week later, so I'm going to get paid on the 10th. So whatever my net income ends up being, I'm going to say it's $1,200 hypothetically. I'm going to put that in there. You're going to notice that it differentiates between the money that I had when I started versus the money that I'm going to have once I get paid again. Now, the purpose of the cash flow is to see when money is going to come due. So let's say, for example, I have car insurance that's coming up on the 5th that I have to pay. And I'm just making up a number here, but let's say it's $200. You're going to notice that it's going to deduct that amount of money here. Okay, it's going to deduct the amount of money that I have here. Now, let's say I have a cable bill that I have to pay that is $100. Okay, and once again, that's going to keep track of what I've got as far as cash flow is concerned. So I only have $150 in my pocket until I get paid next. So this is a nice tool to use to kind of track where your money is coming and going throughout the course of the budget challenge. Okay, so this is day 1. Big things. Make sure you go to Haiku. Take a look at what you need to complete in terms of the different activities for the day. Big thing is get signed up and make sure all of your information is accurate before the simulation starts. If you have any questions, please let me know, but this should help you in setting up your accounts. Thank you.